Peace, y'all. Cashinovi. So today I'm gonna talk about $300 a day. I'm always talking about $300 a day, and my videos are not really for like professional delivery guys who already cracked the code. My thing is for beginners, because I think back to a time when I first started and I couldn't make 300 a day. I couldn't make 2,000 a week. So I'm not really speaking to them, because there's a lot of delivery guys that like to say, oh, you think you know everything. You wrote a book. Everybody knows what you wrote about. Yeah, one of these guys said this to me in Crank Hustle. It was like, oh, you think you know everything. I'm not speaking to you, bro. I'm speaking to the beginners who was like me, who wanted to know how to make 300 a day. So that's who I'm speaking to. Anyway, let's get to it. So basically, there's a saying that I have that I always say, it's people gotta eat. I keep telling myself this. Every time I'm outside, I always say it. People gotta eat. So people always gotta eat food. And if you look at the type of food that we deliver, trust me, highly addictive foods. You can't just stop eating that type of food. It's sad to say, but the food is highly addictive. Anyway, how did I get to $300 a day? Well, when I first started, I just wanted to make like $100, so I never really pushed the limit. I used to get outside at the regular times, like 11 to 2, then take a big long break, then come back out 6 to 9, and just make a little 100, 80, 150. But as I got serious and I got focused, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going back to a W-2. That's another story. I could tell you about my W-2. But I just said, like, I'm not going back. I'm never going back to a W-2. And I just started to get outside early. Started to speak to other delivery people on the road. Actually, when I was outside, I started on a city bike. First I started walking. My first delivery was on Postmates. I did a walk-in delivery on Postmates. And then, I wasn't taking delivery too seriously. And I met this guy at, we used to work at Amazon. Name is Orville. Shout out to Orville. And he showed me Postmates, and he was like, yo, he had made like $10,000 on Postmates. I was just doing Postmates here and there. So while I was going to Amazon, I would always see these guys riding up and down on these electric bikes. Fast forward, started researching, do a little research on YouTube. I ran into this guy. I forgot his slogan, but he had a nice slogan. Yeah, his slogan was, I think you know. And he said, get a bike, go to Chinatown, and stay in Chinatown and make $350 a day. And he said, I think you know. That's his Money Making Mitch. That was his name, Money Making Mitch. He used to be like, yo, Money Making Mitch, I'm back here. He's still on YouTube. Shout out to him, man, Money Making Mitch. And he said, you can make $350. Anyway, I went outside, I was doing 200 and stuff like that. And I ran into this guy. This African guy was like, yo, get Uber. At the time I had DOORDASH. He was like, yo, get Uber. I was doing DOORDASH on the city bike. I was in Manhattan. I would go to Manhattan, get a city bike membership. Somebody actually told me to get the city bike membership. Somebody on Craigslist, because I was out of a job at this time. He was like, get a city bike membership, and sign up for the city bike yearly. And the yearly membership was like $200 for the year, and I get to ride a city bike for 30 minutes. And every time I dock the city bike, I get another 30 minutes. So that's how I was doing deliveries in the city. Take the city bike, ride around, do 30 minutes of deliveries, dock it, get another 30 minutes, ride around, do more deliveries. I was doing Postmates all the time. Matter of fact, but I still wasn't believing in the delivery gig. So I went back and I got a little gig. And then COVID came, and they let me go first. Because I was the newest, so they let me go first. And I didn't even care, because I said, you know what? I got an ace up my sleeve. I've been researching. I did a couple of deliveries. I'm going right back to delivery. And I just went right back into delivery, man. I never looked back after that. And then when I started taking it serious and getting outside early, I met this African guy one time, and he was like, yo, do Uber. So when the African guy told me do Uber, I never forget. It was a Saturday, and he showed me his phone, and he was at $1,999. And from that day, I was like, yo, it's on. Started going outside early. Yeah, well, today I made $335. And if you want to check out more of my ebook, check the link in the description. I'll show you everything. Peace, y'all. Keep it locked.